Hey, it's Jason from Pro Guitar Studio. Today we're taking a look at a technique that I love to use, especially with the minor pentatonic scale or major pentatonic scale. And we're going to look at sliding into a note from above instead of below. Okay, so really cool technique. I mean, a lot of times you hear many players can slide into a note really comfortably, right? But the sliding down, okay, slide up to a note, I should say, versus sliding down is a much different sound. So the sliding down into a note has a much different feel than sliding up into it. And I love the feel of that. So it has a really cool vibe, especially because you don't hear it all the time. You do hear players use it, but it's not what you hear most commonly, right? Usually you hear the sliding up into a note versus sliding out from a note above. So I made a piece here that utilizes this technique. It's really just in E minor pentatonic, so something pretty straightforward to go through when you get comfortable with it. Now, if you know your E minor pentatonic scales across the fretboard, or even just in one position, I'll include a backing track so you can try to play around with this. You can copy my phrases, or you can just make your own up. So I did do the theme twice, and then I went into an improv, and I tried to use some of the sliding into a note from above, or sliding, I guess, down into a note from above as I went through that. And then just sort of tagged on the phrase at the end. But really the most important thing here is just whatever way you can, trying to practice this technique. So you can use what I've given you here, and I'll show you this in just a second, or you can practice it in your own way. All right, so jumping into our first phrase here. We're gonna start off on the 5th fret of the A string, and we're gonna do a really quick hammer on from 5 to 7, so D to E. Then we go down to G, so 5th fret, string number 4, 7th fret, string 4, the A note. Okay, and then here is the slide down into a note. From 9 into 7, sorry. And that's the next note in the pentatonic scale, just so you know, in that shape. I'm using the extended pentatonic scale here. So we're combining different positions. This is shape number 3, shape 4, shape number 5. In case you're curious, right? There you go, so hammer on, G, A, slide down into A from B. Then we're going back to G and E, so 5th fret, string 4, 7th fret, string 5. Then we're going to slide in to B, so slide in from the 7th fret to 9 on the D string, to the 7th fret, string number 3, that note is a D note, and then we're going to finger roll up to the 7th fret, string number 4, again back to the A note. Some vibrato if you want. Then here we're going to go, this A note is going to be our target note. We're going to slide in from the B notes. Again, the same kind of idea. So we're doing the same note, right? So the same. So from B we're going to do twice. Okay, we're going to slide 12 to 10 twice, 8th fret, string number 2, which is going to be a G note, and then we're going to play E, 9th fret, string number 3. Back to a D, fret number 7, on string 3. Back to 9, which is E, and then we're playing 8th fret, string number 2, which is a G. Back to the 9th fret, string number 3, which is an E. I'm always adding in a little flavor, so sometimes I do a grace note hammer on. I won't include that because the main phrase is really. Okay, so from the beginning. Then repeat again. And the end needs to be different. Instead of going. We're going to go add in an E note, fret number 9 on string 3, back to the A. So, okay, we finish the second phrase, or start the second phrase the same way. But we're going to go up to G, slide in from A to B, so 10 to 12 on string 2, and then 10, 12, 12 on string 1, which is D, E, E. So second phrase. Here's the first phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. All right, so practice that. I mean, you can get comfortable with that, over time. It might be awkward the first day or two. And I'll even make mistakes still. So don't think that, other people doing this technique won't make mistakes with that. So try it out, play around with it. Most importantly, make sure you try to grab that note that you're going for with full confidence. So don't worry about if timing is off a little bit. Just try to grab that note right now. Just try to work on hitting that note. Even right now, if it has to be off time a bit, but just try to make sure you slide into that note correctly. That's going to be the most important part. Take your timing away from this for a little bit if you have to work on that technique. So try to get that motion going and then nail the timing if you feel like this is awkward, okay? But once you have the technique down, then you can really work on your timing and make sure that note you're going for is on the beat. So that's exactly where you want to go for. So that's your note that you're trying to hit. This has to come in a bit earlier. Right, so like I was saying before, I'm using a few different positions of the pentatonic. We started off just talking about the position 1, right? So shape 1, which everyone knows, which you can work on too. And I would, try to connect position 1 and 2, so you can slide out from number 2 to number 1. You can still get that phrase I did over there from going 16 to 14 on the G string. And so anything in position 2 can go back to position 1. And pinky finger is hard to do that with. But with some practice, you can get it. But yeah, a lot of this is all down to practice. So put in the hours, put in the time, practice with that. This technique is great. It will really, even just like in small pieces, small doses, will add a lot of flavor into your playing. So if you like videos like this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos like this each week. And any questions or comments, let me know below. Have a good one.